is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils. Wednesday? I think it's
Wednesday.
I'm all mixed up because we didn't have State of the Fan today. Happy Devils Wednesday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios inside the bunker in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. And driving at 88 miles per hour with 1.21 gigawatts coming back from the future in Beverly Hills, California. It is Scotty of Sirius XM Liquid Metal, streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network as the Devils drop a meaningless game to the Detroit Red Wings 5-2 at the Rock. The only winners tonight are the Devils fans that got their Jacob Markstrom bobbleheads. The first 9,000 fans enjoying that. And then the ones that didn't got gypped because a lot of these starters weren't playing tonight, as you would expect.
Yeah, kind of a almost like a preseason game going on there tonight at the Rock. Devils lose 5-2. Yeah, not really too much to talk about other than, hey, we made it through all 82 games. What do you know? We did it. So congratulate yourselves over there. If you happen to be watching and listening right now. Yeah, 82 games in the bag. Done and done. Feeling good. Ready for some playoff action that we still don't have any schedule for. What the hell is going on, NHL? Can you let us know what is actually happening? When will our team be playing? Will it be Saturday the 19th? Will it be Sunday on the stonerific holiday of 420? Who knows? We're waiting to find out, though. Yeah, that's the next big thing. And, of course, if you didn't see, the Montreal Canadiens locked up their spot with a win over the Carolina Hurricanes 4-2. So, alas, you know, the miracle run of the Columbus Blue Jackets is coming to a close for this season. So, yeah, it was a good run for them, and they fought real hard. But the Canadians are sneaking in as the second wild card in the East. And, good luck, because they got to play the Caps in the first round. But we know we got the Canes, and we also got a former Cane back in the lineup today, Mr. Woo, and that would be Dougie Hamilton. So, looks like we will have, one of our mainstays there on the blue line back for the playoffs, which is always good news. And I don't believe we suffered any other massive injuries today. Dougie Fresh, that's right.
Scotty, if I would have known that Dougie was coming back, I would have had that Tecmo Bowl graphic that he's coming back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he's just running out on the football field.
Oh, wait a minute! I didn't even check. Hang on. Sprong and Casey. No, Holla and Hardman. Okay, you're off the hook today, Sam Woo. No football call.
I already
today.
checked.
Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah, apologies. I really didn't get to see too much of the game because I was at work and in a studio session there. So I'm texting Sam Woo trying to beat the LA traffic back here to my apartment. I'm like, I'm not gonna make it before the game is over.
This is what you texted me, Scotty. You're like, I'm with my cool friends right now at work, and we're in the studio late. So
yes.
I'm going to be late, and you're going to wait there and wait for me. That was the text.
You could have went solo without me. You could have went Han Solo. No problems here. But, yeah, that's really the big news for this team. Today, again, it was like a preseason game out there. You got Hardman called back up. McLaughlin's back in the lineup. Hey, we had a Curtis McDermott sighting today. Did he throw down at all? Because, like I said, I really did not see the game. Dougie took a tripping penalty. How about that? Nemitz tripping against Raymond. Cody Glass, 2 minor for roughing against Confer. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we had a Big Mac sighting the last game of the season. And let me just review real quick here. Sprong, Glass, Bastion, McLaughlin, McDermott, Foote, Dowling, Hardman, Lazar, Holla, Tatar, Mercer, Dumoulin, Dillon, Hamilton, Nemitz, Casey, Cholowski, and Nico Dawes got the start there in net for the Devils today. Game number 82. Regular season wrapped up, and now we move into the real deal that we're all been waiting for.
I have a fun fact coming over the wire. Fun fact coming over the wire.
Okay.
Now that the last game has concluded.
Well, there's still some tomorrow, but for the Devils, the last game is concluded.
Yeah. Thank you for the clarity. Ilya Kovalchuk is now officially off the books.
Wow.
Coming over the news. Intern Rob. Intern Rob just texted me that.
We have an intern? When did that happen?
Oh, years ago before the podcast.
Oh, before the
yeah. The name Intern Rob has stuck for the last 22 years.
Okay.
He's right now CEO Rob.
So he's worked his way up. All right.
Yeah. So right now, I don't want to disclose the financial institution that he works at, but let's just say he's a heavy hitter, and make sure that the monetary funds are all well funded.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I see Wimpy here. He left after the first period and went over for a few pints at AW. All right. Very good. Robert Isaacson, same thing over here. Okay. Very good. Very good. I like it. Meaningless game. Although, AJ, you do have a good point. Sheldon Keefe did make a good challenge. I did see that in the first period. Successful challenge when the Red Wings scored. And I don't remember who it was on the Wings, but they kind of hit Nico Dawes' glove hand back as he was going to make the save. So that was a really good, because it didn't, at first I'm like, he didn't even make contact with Dawes there. And then you got a little of that zoom in action, and then, okay, I see a little swipe at the glove over there. That should be goaltender interference, and it was. So good for AJ. Yeah, I think we hit the nail on the head with that one. I don't think Sheldon Keefe Richards is a big fan of Curtis McDermott's play. What do we got here? 8-11 tonight, lowest on the team in the last game of the season. Sheesh. So we'll see what happens with that next year. But, man, it's almost like just taking up a roster spot at this point. Bring in someone that, maybe you trust more to play or something that can still drop the gloves and throw down, because it's still an important part of the team. Whippy's he's in Knoxville, Tennessee. Oh, okay. Good old Knoxville, Tennessee. All right. Home of the Vols. Yeah.
And Roger Allen Wade.
And Raj, yeah. Well, actually, it's Johnny, but Raj is in Chattanooga, so he's just a little bit over there, but very close in the Smoky Mountains.
But isn't that still Tennessee? It's the same difference.
It's still Tennessee, yeah. Going down there, the old McAnally Flats. Wimpy should know what that means. Let's see. Jay Snow looks like, all right, Jay Snow. I think we might have found Sam Woo's burner account over here in the form of Jay Snow with his take on Shimon Nemitz over here. We'll see what happens.
Jay Snow is definitely not a burner account because he trashed Penn State.
Okay, all right. Well, no, you did that to throw everyone off the trail. That's what you did there. But yeah. Oh, woo!
Wimpy with a super chat.
All right.
Cheers to the
Love
second
it.
season, boys and girls. Hope it's a long one.
Yes. We definitely need a long, good journey in this playoffs. Or at least get out of the first round. But yeah. That's what we're hoping for, at least. Just get out of the first round, okay? Let's see if we can make it to round numero 2. But yeah, season wraps up. Obviously, Devils have been kind of a Jekyll and Hyde team this year. First half of the season, unbelievable. Second half of the season, kind of forgettable. Glimpses of both here in the last couple weeks, where we get the team hitting on all cylinders, and then we've had the team that looks like they sleepwalk a little bit through the games. So hopefully we get that first half team showing up in the playoffs. Maybe it is the return of one Dougie Hamilton. We know he's a presence in the locker room. He's got those big brother vibes going on. We know he's a jokester. We know he's a prankster. We know he likes to have a good time. Maybe he lifts the mood, lifts the spirits in the locker room. Being back there, we know we're not going to see Jack Hughes again. Siegs, I think, is a possibility. Did anyone? Totally forgot to check. Did anyone see anything on Palat? Sam Woo, did you see anything?
I think X-rays are negative, and he's day to day.
And that's it?
Yeah.
But
But Siri on the Mets, he's gone for a while.
I think it says Palat is still experiencing. Is this from Amanda Stein here? I think Palat is still experiencing out with undisclosed injury for upcoming game. Leaves game. X-rays are negative. Okay.
What? You had to go to Amanda Stein to get the info?
I just Googled his name, and that was the first thing that popped up.
Oh, okay.
He's still dealing with discomfort. So hopefully this is not anything long term. I mean, you know how sometimes those high ankle sprains and stuff like that can run. So hopefully it's nothing serious, because last I heard, he's pretty good in the playoffs. That's what Sam Woo tells me.
Well, now he's got an excuse not to be good because he's hurt. And Amanda Stein is trying to set it up and trying to spin it as, oh, he's hurt. So now, if we get something out of Palat, it's like a miracle. We'll be easy on him. But, yeah, I think he'll show up to the playoffs, all kidding aside,
All right. Well, we're going to see real soon. We just don't know what the hell day we're going to see it on, Saturday or Sunday. Either way, it's going to be a fantastic, day. Like I was saying the other day, there's nothing like that first round of the NHL playoffs where there's always a game on all day long. It is just unreal. Love it.
Are you going to be a hockey junkie?
Oh, first round? Absolutely.
Yeah.
First round, second round, third round, fourth round. I love the NHL playoffs. There's nothing like it. But this first round, like I said, it's like March Madness. Every day there's games on, multiple happening at one time. So it's always amazing to be able to flip back and forth between these high intensity, matchups going on. And it's just a different level of hockey. It really is. Yeah. Every shot, every, zone entry is just, you're just, whoa, what's going to happen? Because everything just counts.
Even the chants
more.
from the crowd, gets louder and louder and louder.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
And every save is like, better than the last one. The playoffs are a fun time. I mean, it's nice that, from a fan standpoint, Devils are finally back in the playoffs after 1 year off. I know there were a lot of Devils fans that wanted Andrew Brunette to be their coach. Look at where he's at right now. His team is not in the playoffs after having an amazing offseason that turned out to be kind of a bust. But you look at Sheldon Keefe right now, he's got well-rested players, and Carolina Hurricanes have to play tomorrow, and this is what I have to say. For what the NHL scheduling did to the New Jersey Devils a couple of years ago, where they only had 1 day break before they started that series in Carolina, I think there should be a 1 day break for the Carolina Hurricanes and start Saturday, if you ask me.
Okay.
It's only
well,
fair.
We're hopefully going to get the announcement of these games. I would guess tomorrow, once everything finally wraps up, or are they really going to wait till Friday to tell everybody? I don't know. This is the old NHL after all, so we'll see how that all plays out. But I got a question for you, Sam Woo, and I got a question for everyone on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and X and Twitch and everywhere else watching the show. If you had to pick right now, okay, who, and we're just going to say a hypothetical that the Devils win this first series against Carolina. And that's all we're going to talk about right now. So hypothetical, the Devils win this series. Who, Sam Woo, do you believe will be the X factor in a series victory for these New Jersey Devils? And I want to throw it out to everyone there on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and everywhere else. Who do you think will be the X factor? Oh, Logan, Weapon X. Who do you think will be the X factor for a series victory for the New Jersey Devils over the Carolina Hurricanes?
Cody Glass.
Cody Glass. Okay. Why is that?
Because he's the gold whisperer, is what you would say.
He's the gold whisperer.
In all seriousness, if he's playing on the third line and he's got to bring that grit, that toughness, and he's got to he's just got to go out there and just try to wear.
You got
the
nothing,
Carolina.
don't you? You got nothing over
I'm
there.
trying. I was going to say something, but it actually wound up cursing, and I don't want to piss off John from JCB Architectural, who drives his kid to school every day and have to hear bad words. But what I was going to say about Cody Glass is he's got to wear down the opposition, and he's going to have to hit the opponents, and he's going to have to be nasty around the net and get that goaltender frustrated. So when the first and second lines are out there, Timo Meier and Jesper Bratt and Nico Hischier, and they're firing on all cylinders, that they're going to score goals. But I think Cody Glass is going to be that X factor. That's the question you asked, and that's the answer I'm going to give. Because that's been a problem for a while now, that third line centerman, and I think he has what it takes to get him over the top.
Okay. AJ Visco's got Markey. Robert Isaacson's got Markey. Wimpy has got Timo. Max has got the goaltending duo of Markstrom and Allen. Mark says Jack Hughes. Well, that's an interesting one there, Mark. Selecta says Nico. Robert Isaacson, the goalies had to steal this. Yep. Eddie says Markstrom. Old Jay Snow says bottom six scoring. Okay. You're looking at it. I was going singular player, but I will accept that answer because that's something that is very important to this team. Jim Norton says Timo. Wimpy says Mrs. Fields. All right, there we go. Rye the Devil Guy says Luke or Markey.
I like Max's comment.
Cody Glass has to be a pain in the ass. Okay. Carolina's going to forecheck something fierce. Got to return the favor. Okay. I think it's going to be Kochekov. Because Anderson seems to get hurt every 5 minutes. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go with Kochekov. All right. There's some good answers in here. Fitz is going to be texting Jack Hughes in the box. Find a way to contribute. Lake Shoresy. Select Jesper Bratt. I was waiting to see if anyone was going to say him. I think he might be the X factor in this series. With Jack Hughes out, Jesper Bratt, I mean, he's been it all season, but he's really become the playmaker on this team. And if Jesper Bratt gets going, he's going to make everyone else around him a lot better. And I think Nico will be fine. He'll do his thing. He'll win a bunch of faceoffs. He'll draw penalties. He'll score some goals. I think Timo Meyer is going to score some goals as well, and I think he will bulldog his way through a bunch of stuff. But Jesper Bratt, I think this year he's going to have a really strong playoff run. And he's going to end up leading the team again, like he did in the regular season, but leading the team in points here come playoff time. And I think I was originally going to pick Luke, but now with Dougie back, I think, Luke will have a little bit of a reduced role. Although I think it's a good thing that we have Luke, because now we don't have to force Dougie into playing, more than he might be capable at this point after having missed so much time.
It'll take a little time to get his stamina back.
It's definitely going to. And I think someone else who might come play a big part is Eric Halla.
Definitely.
Starting to score some goals. He might be that supplemental bottom six scoring that we've been talking about missing. We know he's been injured. He hasn't had the best year. Can he pick it up come playoff time? Can he turn himself into a Palat? A playoff Palat? For this New Jersey Devils team against his old team there, the Carolina Hurricanes, which we know he's not very fond of. Max is going with Halla now too.
Well, there's also that little variable with the Hallas, not like in Raleigh, North Carolina, when Halla was with the Canes.
Yeah.
So I think there's a little factor there as well.
Jesper Bratt can push Aho around. Jesper is going to take Jack's place of, battling there with Aho. But
yeah,
in my mind, I think, everyone's going to be focusing obviously on Markstrom, and that's a given. But I think Jesper Bratt hopefully leading the way for the offense, and unsung hero, maybe Eric Halla. Pitching in with that supplemental scoring, maybe getting a big game-winning goal here or there when no one's expecting it. That's what I'm looking out for in this first round.
it's called the team concept, Scotty.
That's what I hear.
Everybody has to contribute, including the fans.
They're going to be focusing on Sam Woo selfies on Prue Pics. #Prue Pics.
You know what's funny? I never said
Sam
that.
and the chicken. Sam and the chicken fingers gets up there quite often, we got to say.
I don't know why. I don't even send it to them.
I think Brendan Smith actually requested it that you would be up there because we know he was serving chicken tenders up in the 200 section at different points last
now
season.
He's delivering them to the Prudential. It's part-time work.
He's Uber Eats now? Is that what's going on? Wait, isn't he in Dallas? Where is he now? He's in Dallas. No, he's sitting pretty, isn't he?
That's what they say, but he moonlights at Prudential.
Oh, okay, all
delivering
right.
chicken fingers.
That'll be a big thing too, Max. Physical play. I hope Kovacevic or Dylan lays someone out in the first minute. I do too. Because we know once they start playing physical, the emotions go up, and this team plays a lot better when the emotions are involved.
Agreed.
So, looking forward to it. You know, we're going to have everything covered for you here on the Let's Go Devils podcast, whether it's Saturday or Sunday. We'll be having some game day live. We'll be having some Devils After Dark. I will literally be watching from the road, Sam Woo. We're going to see how this goes because Scotty will be on the way back to New Jersey, most likely when the first game is happening. So it'll be on the road doing some Devils After Dark from somewhere across the country. But we'll be here to talk about it. Hopefully talking about a Devils victory. Now, it's going to be tough. Don't forget, this Carolina Hurricanes team is unreal at home. And we know in the season series, it was, 5-2, 4-2, 4-2, 4-2. Carolina won twice at home. The Devils won twice at home. These teams are very evenly matched. So let's see. Parts unknown. That's right. Mr. Fuji is my manager from Parts Unknown. But it's going to be an exciting series. I can't wait for it to get underway. And I can't wait to be talking about it afterwards right here with you on Devils After Dark on the Let's Go Devils Network. And if Sam Woo wasn't looking at his phone, he would probably have the music ready right now so we can get on out of here, but he's too busy looking at questionable material on his phone.
I was trying to look up to see when the next game is.
Oh, okay.
I was kidding.
Unannounced just yet. Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah. Johnny Dank says Sam always tells us that the refs give all the calls to Carolina when they play at home. They do. They do. Remember Marty Natchez and his acting? Anyway. We're going to get out of here. State of the Fan address tomorrow. Playoff preview. Till next time, let's go Devils.